it is time to start wearing some summer fragrances again, and I wanted to take this as an opportunity to shop my stash for fragrances that have been in my collection for over a year. These are perfumes that are tried, true, and tested. These are fragrances that I've loved for a really long time, and they happen to be ideal for the summertime. So if you're interested in shopping your stash on with me, then definitely this is the video for you. With that being said, if this is your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. I talk about them here 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. I also publish additional content on TikTok and Instagram under the username ANECHKAFRAGRANCES. And if you're like me and you love fragrance history, I actually have a podcast for this very purpose called The Fragrance Report. This podcast launches with a new episode every Wednesday, both on Spotify and here on YouTube. So if you're interested, definitely do give the podcast a follow over on YouTube as well. If you're someone who's really serious about shopping their fragrance stash, really keeping track, if you are someone who is serious about shopping your stash, keeping track of what you already have, and you want an easier way to do so, I have a fragrance collection log and expense tracker spreadsheet for this very purpose. Using this spreadsheet, you can easily catalog all the fragrances you have in various formats, whether they be full bottles, samples, or decants. You can input the notes of these specific fragrances, and then you have a handy way to look through what you have and choose the fragrances you would like to revisit. So if you're interested in that spreadsheet, I have it linked down below in my Stan store. I think there's so many amazing releases out there, but I do also want to take some time to reflect on what I already have in my collection. I don't want to always be in the mode of hyper-consumption, always looking for the next, the best, the newest thing. I also think it's important to look back at what we already have and try to save some money and be a little bit more mindful in that way. So if you're interested, then this is definitely the video for you. Okay, so first up I have 2 fragrances by Theodoros Kalatinas. If you're looking for some really good affordable gourmands, these are excellent options. There are about $55 a piece, and I have Cherry Powder and Lemon Tart, both of which are amazing options for the summertime. They're gourmands, obviously, and let me show you my dents. So Lemon Tart is my most used, clearly, and I also have adored Cherry Powder for a long time. So Lemon Tart, to me, smells like a photorealistic lemon tart, but it focuses especially on the kind of the crust of the tart. It focuses on the zestiness of the lemon zest. You have the gourmand notes of the lemon custard, the lemon itself. There's a bit of a creaminess to it, but it also very much focuses on the whole photorealistic interpretation of what a lemon tart would smell like. This perfume is interesting because to me, it transports me to the summer of 2023 when I first got this fragrance. That was the first summer I took my very first solo trip, which before I was completely not equipped to do whatsoever, but that was a summer that I really pushed myself, that I expanded my kind of horizons a bit, and this fragrance to me took me through that summer. And that's why whenever I smell this, like, I'm transported to that time in my life. So I definitely do have some positive scent memory associations with this. I love this perfume so much. To me, it kind of plays with the gourmand lemon trend, but it's a bit more unique because it does focus on like that buttery, flaky pastry of the actual lemon tart. So I love this perfume. And then another one that I wore very much last summer, and I actually paired it with a lot of the other fragrances I'm going to be featuring in this video as well. Okay, so next up, Cherry Powder, also by the same brand. This is a baby powder cherry fragrance. It's literally called Cherry Powder. Think baby powder with a bit of a cherry accent. Apparently this has a macaron note to it. I don't really get that as much. I get an almost cosmetic powdery fragrance with some cherry accents. I love this paired with some of the other fragrances I'm about to mention in this video. In fact, many of these fragrances can be worn together, can be layered together, but this is really good. So Cherry Powder, also a favorite. I would say these are 2 really unique gourmands in the sense that they don't go for any of the other gourmands that you've smelled before. So like, they're both, in my mind, unique gourmands. it's not often that you get a kind of baby powdered cherry accord like this, or like what's in this fragrance here. And it's also not often that you get a lemon fragrance so focused on the other aspect of a gourmand lemon, not just like the lemon citrus. So these are two really interesting and compelling fragrances I'm excited to wear this summertime. Another perfume that is an absolute essential for me is Annabelle's Birthday Cake by Marisa Zappa. So you can tell how long I've had this simply by the fact that this is the old packaging, and I adore this perfume. It's a gourmand fragrance, but there is a bit of edginess to this fragrance in the sense that there is a latex note, because this is a perfume that's supposed to mimic the idea of a child's birthday party. And you have the confetti cake with this, you have like the frosting, you have some heliotrope in here as well. But to me, this fragrance is like a more unique gourmand. There are a lot of unique gourmands in this video actually. The latex here gives a bit of an edginess to it, and it also kind of like softens the fragrance and prevents it from becoming like a too sickly sweet gourmand. Last summer actually, I loved pairing Annabelle's Birthday Cake with lemon tart, and I anticipate I'll be doing the same this summer as well, because there is a bit of citrus in Annabelle's Birthday Cake that is enhanced when I add in lemon tart as a layering combo. So this is the first layering combo of this video, more to come. But let's switch things up and talk about something that's a little bit newer, because I want to shop my stash, and technically this is a fragrance that's been around for a little bit, for a few months, and I've had this fragrance for a few months as well, but this is one of those perfumes that I definitely want to spotlight as a beautiful summertime fragrance, and it actually does happen to be quite affordable as well. This is Alien Fruit by Neydo. This is a photorealistic guava scent. Beautiful, watery, sweet guava, red currant, red berries. This is delicious. If you're looking for a good guava, this is gorgeous, and I imagine it would go very well with cherry powder as well, because I feel like cherry powder would add an interesting accent. Yeah, there's something there for sure. So I'll be experimenting with some layering combinations for Alien Fruit, and I will report back to you for sure. But just know, if you're looking for the ultimate guava summer fragrance, this is really good. Next up, I have a perfume that I used almost like a body spray. That's how much I love this. It's Melon Kiss by Navitus. So this was done in collaboration with Gabby Loves Perfumes. This was, I believe, her third collaboration with them. And to be quite honest with you, it's my favorite. I love this so much. This brings me back to last summer. This is melon with a little bit of honey, coconut milk. So gorgeous, so beautiful, paired with Annabelle's Birthday Cake. This is really good. This goes really well together. And cherry powder, also so good. This is really delicious. Yeah, that's gorgeous. It's a unique combination. It's a little bit different. But Melon Kiss was my ultimate go-to. I love this fragrance, and I will continue to wear it, especially this summer. Okay, let's kick it back even more old school and talk about a designer fragrance that was one of my very first designer purchases, and I still equate this to the summertime. This is, of course, Lancome's Idole Nectar. I do believe that this was one of the very first fragrances I ever talked about here on YouTube. But this is a gorgeous rose interpretation. Okay, so think of the traditional Idole signature rose with popcorn and caramel, and you will get this. Delicious. My only regret is not getting a larger bottle, but I smell this, and this was like my Barbie summer. This was like the fragrance I wore for Barbie summer. Yeah, this brings it back. Yeah, that was a fun summer. I just like remember I live in DC now, but I wasn't living in DC at the time. I was living in Maryland. So I spent like that entire summer just like basically going back and forth from Maryland to DC and back again, because like there was just like so much to do and so much to experience in DC. And this is the fragrance I would spray on as I was rushing out the door after work. So this is that perfume for me. Like that's what I think about when I think about this. Like just being carefree. It was literally Barbie summer. Yeah, that's what this fragrance makes me think about. So Idole Nectar, so good. It's one of the best versions of Idole in my personal opinion. And then something that I think would actually be super appropriate for this outfit, in fact, is Sun Bleach by Une Nuit Nomade. This is elegant linen with sandalwood. If you love sandalwood, this is a really good one. So I feel like throughout this video I've talked about gourmands, and I do think that the summertime is one of the best times to wear gourmands, but if you're looking for something more subdued, if you're looking for something every day, this is so good. Like, this is so delicious. And as you can tell, I have loved this fragrance a lot. I've used this a lot. It's a really good one. It's elegant, it's beautiful, it's effortless. I can wear this and it doesn't even smell like I'm wearing a perfume. It just smells like I put on a freshly pressed linen outfit. That's what this fragrance makes me think about. That's why I love it so much. It's literally photorealistic summer. So, beautiful Sun Bleach by Une Nuit Nomade. Also, another Une Nuit Nomade fragrance that I adore, and I will put in this video because it's kind of, okay, alright. It counts as shopping my stash, to be fair, but I kind of think that this might be like a more springtime fragrance, but I love this fragrance so much, I don't care. I will continue wearing it into the summertime. This is Love at First Sight. This is a stunning passion fruit and lilac fragrance with ambroxan. The ambroxan makes it travel gorgeously. I love this perfume. This is gorgeous. I smell delicious right now. So, I mean, I can't really choose between the two. They're both really good. This is great if you want something like more floral, if you want something a little bit more fruity. And then Sun Bleach is great if you literally just want something that's like old money. Well, I mean, okay, maybe no. Yeah, old money. Old money, clean, effortless, but together, this is actually a really good combination. Because I think that this is like your little white dress of the summertime, because Sun Bleach will go with anything, and Love at First Sight is also a really good option. So, layered together, iconic. Okay, so one of the all-time summer fragrances that I absolutely love is a designer, and this is L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. I have said this before and I'll say it again. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. And I honestly wear it like a body spray because it is so yummy and refreshing and delicious. It's one of those rare sweet fragrances that would also really work well in super high heat. A lot of these fragrances would, but this is one of those rare fragrances that you can spray it on a lot, and I don't think that this will overwhelm you in high heat because it's watery, it's refreshing, it's ozonic. There's some rhubarb, there's some cyclamen in here for kind of a refreshing twist. I think there's watermelon and kiwi as well. But what I get is kind of like a watery, summery cocktail. This to me screams summer. And look at that. Look at that. I love this so much. I adore L'Imperatrice. This is one of my essential fragrances for the summer. And then last but not least is a fragrance that I have loved for a long time. And to be honest, I think throughout the year I talk about this fragrance, which is why I wanted to kind of put it at the end, because I talk about this a lot. You guys know about this, but I still want to include it. Sora Dora's Mallow. Delicious. Delicious violet marshmallow, orange blossom, raspberry, so good. This paired with lemon tart. That would be good. That would be good. I also think that this would work really well with cherry powder, because again, you have like that powdery marshmallow that would complement this quite well. And then also Annabelle's birthday cake. Literally, this would go with so many different things. Also, alien fruit. Together, this is so good. Sora Dora's Mallow, if you don't have it already, I would definitely suggest putting this on your wish list or getting yourself a sample. Sora Dora does have a discovery set, and you can use my code Anya10 to get some money off on that discovery set as well. And that code also does apply for the full bottle of perfume. But anyway, that is it for this video. This is a really good selection of perfumes, if I do say so myself. I am kind of proud because most of these fragrances, with the exception of Alien Fruit, are fragrances that I've had for at least a year. And I think it just goes to show that my tastes are solid because I have loved these fragrances for a long time and I still would recommend them. These are beautiful. So let me know, do you have any of these fragrances? And if you don't, are there any other amazing summer fragrances that you have loved for years that you're definitely looking forward to reaching out for again? I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. But as always, thank you for watching till the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye.